September 10th, 2025, Utah Valley University, thousands cheering. A sniper on the rooftop 140 yards away. No one stopped him. Now fast forward to May 28th, 2026. Jacob Wenske is arrested in San Antonio. He's accused of threatening to bomb, allegedly, Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow and the new TPUSA CEO, and her upcoming Women's Summit. Two events, one organization, the same chilling questions. Are the security holes that killed Charlie Kirk still wide open? Or is this the new state of politics where you have to have someone threaten your life once every few months to stay relevant? Now, I want to preface all of this by saying that all threats should always be taken seriously and unnecessary violence should always be avoided. Now, Charlie Kirk wasn't just a conservative activist. He was the face of Turning Point USA. He built a movement. He was assassinated at 31 years old. He left behind a wife and two young kids. Now, Erika stepped up as CEO, or should I say she was unanimously voted in. Charlie often spoke about women being home with the kids, and many speculate that he would never want his wife, the only parent left for his children, to hold the same position that eventually got him killed. But 8 months later, another threat surfaces. Enter Jacob Wenske. 26 years old, San Antonio local, arrested on 2 felony terroristic threat charges. Now, prosecutors say he emailed TPUSA in January, which, by the way, was 5 months before he was arrested. This seems like they left a fairly large gap of time before taking action. Now, the email allegedly read, and I quote, "Death to Erika Kirk and every single speaker. Every Christian nationalist shall perish in the bombing." Then in April, under a Facebook post, he said, "I know exactly where to bomb, and I can't wait to be the valet for her escort." Which, by the way, was an entire month before he was actually arrested. So it seems he only became a threat when it was convenient for the Georgia rally, but not back in January when the first threats and emails were known about. Which, by the way, even the Secret Service didn't deem a legitimate threat at the time, apparently. So in summary, the alleged bomb threat against Erika Kirk and all TPUSA events was not legitimate enough for the Secret Service to not have the Vice President of the United States at the same event. He and Andrew Colvett carried on business as usual. And Jacob Wenske's past valet job? Investigators say it makes the threat credible. He's in jail on $120,000 bond, and the event is still on. Extra cops, dogs, guards. Sounds airtight, right? But from an investigative lens, let's start where it all began, the day Charlie died. Because the security failures that day weren't minor oversights. They were catastrophic. September 10th, 2025, Utah Valley University, Orem, Utah. Outdoor grassy amphitheater under a tent. American comeback tour debate. 3,000 people. Kirk is taking questions at approximately 12:23 p.m., and shortly after, he is rushed off stage, and he doesn't survive. The supposed shooter, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. He arrives on campus at 8:29 a.m. in a gray Dodge Challenger. He changes into dark clothes, walks the stairwells, climbs to the roof of the Losi Center, and he's in a clear elevated line of sight. He waits, he fires, and then he jumps down, flees into the woods, and he's arrested 33 hours later after a family trip. So now the holes, and trust me, they're huge, as many of you know. First, the location. Outdoor courtyard surrounded by tall buildings. Kirk on low ground, perfect sniper alley, no inner perimeter, no outer cordon, and second, zero rooftop coverage, except maybe the Hall of Flags just above their head. One officer. Kirk's own security chief, Brian Harpel, said police promised to handle rooftops. They didn't. And Harpel's team didn't follow up, it would seem. Harpel had raised concerns days earlier about exposure and staffing. Private security had no jurisdiction on certain roofs. That's what they said. And then third, no drones for the security team. But it appears there were drones there for other purposes that day, and it also appears they could have easily gotten permission with a simple form. There was no elevated surveillance. Campus cops, only 6 officers for 3,000 people. UVU was already understaffed. That's 1 officer per 1,400 students versus the national average of 1 per 500. There was no coordination with local law enforcement for a full perimeter. And fourth, no basic screening. The event was ticketed, but tickets weren't enforced. No bag checks, no metal detectors. Anyone could and did walk in. It was wide open. Former TPUSA Security Director Greg Schaefer called it straight. He said, absolutely there were security failures, it left him exposed. Charlie even texted other TPUSA and security staff the night before saying that he was in fear for his life. The shooter had 20 plus minutes on that roof, undetected. He escaped blending into campus. Investigative takeaway: this wasn't impossible to prevent for a high-profile speaker with known threats. It was preventable with basic layered security, the kind every major event now demands. Yet TPUSA kept doing outdoor campus events, and now, apparently, Erika Kirk is facing the same heat. Now fast forward to 2026, TPUSA Women's Leadership Summit, June 5th through 7th at San Antonio Marriott River Center. Erika headlining. January 26th, the explosive email hits TPUSA. April 21st, public Facebook comments under a local news post. Wenske's account linked via IP, phone, email registration, and subscriber data. His ongoing violent hostility towards TPUSA, allegedly. Post-valet experience at hotels, cited as making the valet for her escort line extra credible. Apparently, that's the thing they're mostly focusing on. And the arrest comes May 28th, right before the event. Summit proceeding with heavy security, and on the surface, the digital trail seems solid. Threats explicit, case seems straightforward. But let's pull the thread. Investigative red flags. Number 1, massive timeline delay. The email was sent 4 months before the arrest. The Facebook comments were a month before the arrest. So why the lag? Was TPUSA slow to report? Did investigators sit on it? I mean, there's no clear explanation in the public affidavits. And 2, then public evidence. There's no released screenshots of the exact comments, no email headers, no IP logs, or device forensics shown. We're told the account ties to Wenske, but independent verification is impossible right now. We're being schooled by the University of Trust Me Bro. And 3, Wenske's background has a black box. 26-year-old San Antonio guy, mom passed away in 2011 apparently, no prior criminal record reported, no deep dive on motive beyond generic anti-Christian nationalist rage, no weapons found, no co-conspirators, just a few online threats. And 4, the valet detail. Was that job recent, at the exact Marriott, or years ago? Reports say previously worked. If it's old, then that weakens the credibility boost. And 5, no defense side yet. The arrest is fresh, under 48 hours old as of this recording. No interview, no lawyer statement, no full search warrant results. Sound familiar? The same organization that missed rooftop threats in 2025 now has another high-stakes event. Have the lessons from Utah been applied, or are we seeing the same gaps in threat assessment and response? Or as some speculate, is this all a show? Here's the real investigation. Charlie Kirk's death exposed deadly vulnerabilities in outdoor political events and possible foreign involvement, especially for polarizing figures. Rooftops, perimeters, screening, coordination. TPUSA beefed up after Utah. Heavy security is now at the summit, reportedly. But with Wenske's threats mirroring the ideological rage that fueled the assassination, are the holes truly plugged? Or is it reactive security instead of proactive? Broader question for all of us. In an era of online radicalization and political violence, how do we secure free speech events without turning them into complete fortresses? Campus security, private teams, local police. The system already failed once. So is it going to hold this time? We don't push conspiracies. We demand transparency. We want a full affidavit release, court updates, and an independent review of TPUSA's post-assassination security upgrades. What do you think? Are these holes fixable? Or is this a threat environment, and is it too toxic? Is this the new norm for politics? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button and subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any videos. Now, many of you have said that you were involuntarily unsubscribed from multiple YouTube channels. So make sure that if you want to be, that you are subscribed with all notifications on. And I'll see you on the next one.